Hey, we're live. No preamble today. We just decided it was all show worthy, as Scott
Well,
said.
you got hold of me at 7 o'clock, so
Yeah, yeah. That'll
so
help.
well, I was, I'm always scrambling around. It seems like anymore. I
Well, I just imagine a minute is going to last a little longer than it does.
so I
I
got
just
this in the mail today.
let's look. Let me. Oh my goodness, that's your own thing, isn't it? Wait
Yes,
a second. Let me.
are you online? I can't see your feed on the YouTube page.
Can't see my feed. Well, you can't see me right now
No, no,
because I
no.
I made you a big. Oh, you mean am I? Oh,
Oh,
wait a second.
Shadow
No.
Talk.
Oh yeah, yeah. Shadow talk. Yeah.
Are we live? Oh, we're live. Okay,
We should
okay.
be. If
Yep,
you can
we're
see
live.
it on the internet,
Well, it no, it had the upcoming thing. Okay.
look
Uh,
how big that thing is.
well,
Oh, it's got more
it's
people in it, though. Yeah.
what?
It's got more than you in it, right?
Yes, yes. I only
Okay, yeah.
did like 12 pages.
Okay.
But again, so we're on the cover, split book, like we talked about. The Black Fury, which I've read the Black Fury. The Black Fury is actually pretty good. Is it backwards? No, it's not backwards. I technically I consider us getting the front because you go from ours right to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
story. So
It's the
this
way
is
it
the front
reads.
cover. Yeah,
Sure.
exactly. Anyway, yeah. So second issue, the Black or Yeet with the Black Cricket came out today, and I think the art got significantly better. And I want to show
Yes.
you.
Look at that
Yeah,
thing. It's
uh,
beautiful.
so look at this. Look at it. That's my favorite panel. Can you see that?
Yes. That is amazing. That'll get you some. Yes, sir. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Anyway, that came in
People,
today.
people don't, people, obviously can tell you didn't half-ass that. That was pretty cool.
No, I whole assed it.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
greght.
anyway.
What's great is, seeing it in your hands. That's great.
Oh, dude. I mean, because this project I took on. I mean, we didn't have a publisher, and I mean, I'm sure people argue, are you making any money? That's what people always say. Are
Yeah,
you
that's
making any
what,
money? It's like, look, nobody's making any money in
yeah.
comics. I mean, the when you look at, I mean, really, all comics did for people as a career, for artists at least, is mostly cause them misery. If you'll know the
Yeah.
truth, I mean, so I'm not making money at it, but I don't need to make money at it because I have a very good daytime job that pays me
Hmm.
very well, and I can work it around this, and I'm perfectly fine, and I don't have to deal with any bozos or any kind of problems. I could just do this, and the worst person I have to work or I have to deal with is Dan, and Dan is fine.
Pretty cool guy. Okay.
Yeah, I have no problem with
He
Dan.
likes Svengoolie. What else do
Well,
you need to know about him?
well, Dan is like, so I did that cover. I sent you the cover, and I thought that cover looked really good. But Dan wanted to put a lot of text on it and make kind of a pun, and I'm
Uh-oh.
like, no, 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 we're not doing that. This is, I didn't really, I mean, I get it. Dan, he's got to. I I take my comics very seriously. you know?
Well, it's like all these guys. All the band always breaks up, So yeah, just get just in the mode of the life experience has taught you that. I mean, you and
Well,
Dan
I mean,
will not be always collaborators. So
well,
what?
that is true. That is true. And I like work. And don't get me wrong. I'm not. And if Dan hears this, I'm not mad or anything. It's just
Uh,
he wanted to kind of do. Let's put it this way. Dan likes Batman, the Adam West thing. I think it's the
sure.
most ridiculous thing ever. So that that we have a little bit of difference in some of our taste,
Hmm.
you know, and
Well, Dan,
it's
yeah, Dan
okay.
is Dan more my generation because I also like the Adam West stuff. Yeah.
He is. No, I think he's probably closer to me than
Okay. Hmm.
you, but he is. I haven't asked him how old he is, but I believe he's a few years older than me. I think I'm the youngest person on the team,
Hmm.
believe it or not.
Well,
Which that's okay.
yeah.
It's not, no, like the Bible says. Don't let him hate you because of your youth.
Yep.
Anyway, so I am. Anyway, that came out. Oh, by the way, I got you a copy of that one and the first one if you want them.
Oh yeah, yeah, I want it. That is
Dan
cool.
got me 3 copies. I get one. My sainted
And
mother
unless
gets
you,
one. Nope,
yeah, unless
nope.
you're
I
thinking
got
about repurposing it to somebody else that could really need it.
no,
But
no,
yeah, I
no,
want
no
it.
one. No. Okay, if you want it, I'll give. I got 1 and 2 for you. Where's
I passed that test. I do want it. I want to study what yeet does. That might be a something to
no,
keep in
dude? Yeah,
mind. Yeah, myself.
might be. I mean, it's cool. I mean, here's the thing. I mean, the most fun I ever had until Yeet drawing comics really was I worked for a company called Greyhaven, and you made no money.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Yep.
printed the comics, and they would sell them at cons. They go to cons and sell them, and I think they sold them on a website too. But there was no money, and I knew it going in. There was no
Mm-hmm.
illusions about, oh, if you do this, because that's what burned me on Heaven's Rejects is that
Yeah.
they kind of led me on inadvertently, but still, there was an expectation. To me, if you go to it with no expectations,
Mm-hmm.
then how are you disappointed?
Yeah.
And so, anyway, it worked for this company called Greyhaven, and it was great because they would get an anthology together, and they'd have people submit stories or submit story ideas, and then they would go, okay, we like this, we like this, we like this, and then they'd email you and go, are you available? I have a 15-page western, and it was
Mm-hmm.
cool because there was no deadline pressure. There was, you just did it, and if you blew the deadline, you didn't get in the book.
Yeah.
And the
Huh. That's
deadlines were
interesting.
like 6 months from now. I mean, the deadlines were really long.
Really forgiving.
But
Yep.
yeah, and there were a few people that I worked with, and they liked me because I always hit my deadlines, which I mean is like impossible not to. And I did a bunch of crappy work that no one will see. I was working digitally, I was figuring out things, and it was fun. And I was very sad to see it just collapse kind of under the weight of people doing other
Mm-hmm.
things.
What's interesting, yeah,
And Yeet reminds me of that kind of.
yeah, that period.
Yeah, just kind of a little more freewheeling and just kind of,
I remember you're working on the laptop, not laptop. Is that
oh
what I'm
yeah, I had
saying?
that.
The what was
I
it?
had
It
that.
opens up.
I had a tablet. I had a
Yeah, tablet.
tablet. Yeah, kind of thing that I was working on. It was a Windows tablet that was running Clip Studio, and I
Now
mean, it was kind of.
you've got an iPad, right? But it probably
I
doesn't
do.
run. It won't run Procreate with a pencil, will it?
I don't
You
know.
never have gotten
I don't know. I don't
okay.
care.
Oh. Well, I just think
It's
that
funny. It is funny to me because I think that you're like, why are you not buying an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil and doing all this stuff in the computer? And I'm like, I sit in front of a computer all day. I don't want to sit.
yeah, yeah.
I don't want to. And you're like, if I could afford it, that's what I'd have. I think.
Well, yeah, but I know I've got all the iPad I need for drawing with. I
No,
was just
okay.
thinking today about the fact that the last 10 panels that I'm held up on, I did in Procreate for the DL and Odious strip
Oh yeah,
that I'm
yeah.
planning to put into a Kablam comic. And
Oh yeah.
but the other 144 panels that I did it was on something called Art Studio, which mimics in a very small scale Photoshop very well. It's got all the hotkeys you expect and all that. And it's so weird to think about being stalled for months on the only Procreate work I did. But at the same time, if I were to go back into doing comics on the iPad, it would be with Procreate, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it also impresses me that I did so much on a program that is harder to use. That
Oh
well, you got
yeah.
all that done. It's like
Yeah. I mean,
show it off.
well, it's weird. Creativity and productivity Creative
Yeah.
productivity. It's kind of weird. It's almost like a mind game sometimes.
Oh yeah, it is. No, there's I could almost finish that comic book with one good hard push in, I don't know, a day. But I just
Would you
can't
say you have
find.
10 panels? 5
Oh,
panels?
I not finished them. The art is finished. I just need to do the captions and the balloons on them.
Oh,
That's it.
geez. On the last few panels or on everything?
Yeah, on the last 10 pages.
Oh, gosh. God, hire it out.
Yeah, I ought to.
Yeah, or something. I mean, you gotta get it done.
Yeah. Well, the only thing that's really pushed me in the direction of having some enthusiasm for seeing it happen is the our AI that we've been playing with lately.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't wait to get a really nice line drawing done
So you can
and
drop it in
tell
AI.
Gemini to give me
Make an
a
oil painting.
painting that makes me cry to look at it. You know, I dig what AI does with the
No, it's well. I sent you the stuff I did with the
uh
cover.
yeah, yeah. I
It's
wondered why you sent me.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
The low res. I didn't
yeah.
realize I did it through my phone. I didn't realize my phone was like making them terrible looking. Yeah,
Stepping
you
them down a
know,
bit.
that's the. I mean, I get why people get mad about AI. I get it because it is. I mean, you saw that fake romance cover I did. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
if you hired somebody to do that for you, it'd cost you, $700 to do a painting like that. You know, and it did it in seconds on no prompt. I mean, I sent you the prompt. You know, it even put the text on it, Ellis. It made up the text. I didn't tell it to put a text. I said do it like a
That
romance
is
cover.
wild. It extrapolated that. We got somebody following us in the chat. Says cool art.
Oh,
Y-
I don't know if they're talking to me or you. I'll assume me because I got more art up.
Yeah, yeah. I think they are
I
talking to you.
so with Ellis. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I did that romance cover for the just goofing around. I said
Yeah,
do a
just.
vampire romance. Dude, I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about running it through Chat GTP and writing a book and putting it on Amazon. Why
Well,
not, man?
if you can come up with like do the David Lynch approach and put yourself 40 index cards and call those chapters and just write a little note about it, you can
That's what
and
I
you
thought
and
about
you've got
doing
a
that.
story in your mind. You
I
can
thought
do it.
about I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'd really have enemies if I did that."
Oh
But
well, you got to understand. I mean, these
well, I
guys
don't
that want to make an enemy of you got to understand. Hey, it's already happened. I mean,
I'm already your
it's a
enemy.
done deal. It's like Skynet has happened. In case you didn't
Well, I
notice.
mean, I feel bad. And I mean, and honestly, the only thing that keeps me from being super depressed about it is the fact that I'm 58. I mean, what am I going to do? I mean, I'm not.
Yeah,
I got to. If
yeah,
I,
yeah. For the first time, being aged out of the game industry is like, oh, so what? Everybody's
yeah,
just about to be
yeah. It's like no
crowded
one's.
out. They used to
Yeah,
do what I
exactly.
did.
Yeah. Yep.
Not crowded out because they'll still be there. It's just a tool. But they'll have
It's a
quicker
tool,
they'll
but
have quicker turnarounds. They'll have
there'll be less of them.
there'll be
And
less
they'll
of them. They'll have more expected of them,
100%.
and it'll be like, give me 50 of this. It's like, hey
Yeah.
Dan,
Well, and it's
Dan's I
almost
guess
feeling like, oh, is Dan here?
yeah, Dan's here.
Oh, oh, Dan. Okay. Hey,
Show him
Dan.
show him you got it.
Oh, I got the 3 copies of Yeet. I got one, and I'm gonna take one to Ellis. We've already talked about it. So so last night I went through the rest of the script and I changed a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
This isn't the best venue to harass Dan. Uh,
He wants to know
I'll
about it, I bet. Cool. He says.
well I combined I combined some stuff. I thought the last 3 panels in this issue had way too many panels for what was actually going on, not the dialogue, but what was going on. So I went through. I did like detailed thumbnails. That's as detailed as my thumbnails get. Ellis said, "Run your thumbnails through Chat GTP." I don't know if it could make anything of that chicken scratch. Anyway,
Well, what are you running stuff through? Are you running through ChatGPT or are you always using Imagine?
oh no, 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 I use Gemini. I mean, okay,
I mean,
okay. At
Gemini,
work
Gemini.
for
Yeah.
stuff, I use Gemini. I don't use Gemini for any of my personal work. I did a cover, and this is what I shared with Ellis. So my favorite book is one of my favorite books, a book called Mutant Empire. It's an X-Men book. Came out in the '90s, and if you love '90s X-Men and you're like, why are they not making them like that anymore? I recommend this book. It's real.
Hmm.
I love it. It's really cool. You've never read it, have you, Ellis? Library has an
No.
audio book. Library has an audio book. But I don't know if you like X-Men. But anyway, so but the cover sucks, and so and it's downstairs. So I made a little doodle, just
Dan says, do you want to read that?
yeah,
As long as I don't have to rewrite any dialogue, and as long as I no action is missing, I'll make it work.
yeah,
Is
it'll be
this
fun.
before Jim Lee or after Jim Lee?
It is after Jim Lee, the book.
Okay. So anyway,
Um,
I'm sorry.
it's
Keep
written.
interrupting you.
It's written by Christopher Golden. I actually sent him an email over the weekend, and he emailed me back because I just told him how much I love this book, and I said, I know you've done a lot of stuff, and this was like kind of a work for hire thing, and it's probably a footnote, but I just want to tell you, I think it's great. You know, I love X-Men comics. I miss them because they suck now. And he said, "Oh man, he said, yeah, when I did this, it felt like a huge deal to me, and I was really into the comics, and I dug deep into the lore to write not that it was treading old ground, but he brought in like a lot of characters and stuff. It's a great book. It's a trilogy. Anyway, so I did a little doodle on a Post-it note of what I thought the cover should look like,
Hmm.
and just on a whim, I ran it through Gemini, and I kind of described it, and it won't do like you can't tell it. Do me a picture of Gambit doing this. It won't do that. It'll block it. So I told
Hmm.
it, it's a giant purple robot in Times Square. There were people running. I said, do an illustration based on this drawing, this sketch, and it's a giant robot, giant purple and blue robot in Times Square, and it and there's a guy, and people are running from it. And there's a superhero floating next to it. He's wearing a helmet and a red cape, gloves, and helmet. And it came out with Magneto floating next to a Sentinel, which is the plot of.
Exactly what you wanted.
It came out. I was like, holy cow! And it came out so good. I was like, I'm gonna print this up big and replace the dust jacket on mine, which I did. But then I ran it through a oh yeah, it's sad that what's funny, I emailed CV Cebulski and told him he should read the book. He said, I'll look for it and see if we've got it in the office. I'm like, dude, buy the book, you cheap ass. But anyway, I haven't heard back if he ever read it. Probably not, but I didn't expect to get anything back from him when I sent him that. But anyway, I did the doodle, and I did a couple other doodles, but I would never do like a full blown illustration that I could make a dust jacket out of. And so for
Yeah.
me, like that's where Gemini's kind of fun to mess with. It's like I'm not going to do anything with this. I'll run it through AI and see what it looks like. I think I showed you that book cover, didn't I, Ellis?
Oh yeah.
The actual one. I know.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I had it last week or the week before. I don't know. Did we record
Do
last
you
week?
want to haul it out again, or is it within
It's
reach?
downstairs.
Oh,
Let me go. I'll go grab it real
okay.
quick.
Yeah, grab it. Or I could share maybe a JPEG of it. If I could figure it out. You know how it goes when I start trying to figure stuff out real time.
Yeah. Well, let me show this and then share the JPEGs I sent you. Do you have the first little doodle that I did? I know I sent that
I
to you
might
last
have.
night.
Yeah, it is fun.
If you have
Since
it,
Dan says send CB Black Cricket.
I'm gonna send him that cover I did. I
I
haven't
tell you
done it
what,
yet.
you ought to send him an entire issue. Just surprise him with it.
I don't have his address. Maybe I'll ask him for it. then it's like, do I give up my comic cover or my
mailing
mom's?
address.
Yeah. At one point, I
Okay.
had his mailing address, but I don't have it. He's moved. Did you find the doodle?
Not yet, not yet, not yet. I found your city that you sent through a filter that was kind of really cool.
Oh yeah. So now I put it on the
Mhm.
book, so I can't. So this is the cover. I don't know if you can see
Okay.
that.
Sweet. Yeah.
And then I
When
and
it,
then I put wording on the spine, and that's what's on the back.
so that book is that large, and it's just a book, a big text-filled book about
Yes,
the
700
X-Men.
pages.
Good Lord, look at
Well,
that.
it's a story.
It's not cartoon lettering, is it?
No.
That font, your res, at least on my screen, isn't
Yeah, I
all
don't know
that
why my
great.
resolution's so bad. I think I'm.
Of course, that's camera involved fairly often, but what are you
Well, it's
using for your camera?
my iPhone.
Yeah, it
I
should be
think I'm
great.
having. I think I'm having streaming issues.
Bandwidth problems. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. Anyway,
Probably. Well, I mean, I can understand why. It's a popular thing to be on the internet.
yes, the internet. I may have
I'll
heard of
do the
that.
first 3 months worth of books for free. If the sales don't improve, he'll never hear from me again. Okay, I've had a couple of drinks. What did you change? You're
What?
being punished for changing the script. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think
Oh,
he is drinking.
he might. Oh, on the script? Is that what he's asking?
I'm not sure
I can
yet.
go through. I can go through that. I can go through that.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I'll go through it. I mean, it's maybe good for the comic.
Hmm.
I mean, good for this. It's good publicity.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So the page I'm drawing is page 9, and so it starts off. Page 10 starts off. Frank takes off his jacket. He walks into his bedroom. Emily puts her hand on his arm and stops him. I've combined those two panels, made it one big panel. So he's kind of taking off his jacket and walking out, and she puts her arm on him, on his hand, her hand on his arm, and then and then kind of a shot of him opening the bedroom door, and then he's saying somebody has to stop him, and she's saying it can't be you, it doesn't have to be you. Then he goes inside and shuts the door, and Emily's on the outside. He's inside the bedroom because he's going to change, and she's exasperated. And then inside. So I combine the first two to the one, and then inside, he's he's pulling out his black cricket costume, and he says the police, they don't know what they're up against. And through the door she says, you do, and he says, I have some clue, at least that's more than anyone has. And I'm going to show him holding the black cricket helmet, kind of like Hamlet holding is it Hamlet that held the skull? Anyway, it's going to be like that. And so that's going to be, so the last two have been a big panel. And there's no reason that they can't be combined, I don't think. And I
Okay.
think having less. Yeah.
I was going to share this. Dude, you ruined it. Moment has a huge payoff in chapter 10. Now I can't use it. But I think I'm assuming he's kidding you. I don't know.
He's pulling my leg.
Okay.
Let's see. Page 11 is going to stay the same. I'm not doing anything on. I mean, I'm not changing it. Anything on it? I don't think. Let me look. Call the police. To the Franks. How long take if this turns ahead? Yeah. Okay.
I kid.
Not,
I like the Hamlet
yeah, I know.
homage. That's good. Yay.
Yeah. That's kind of. Yeah, I think.
Make it bloodier. Make it bloodier, and you'll
make it bloodier.
You'll have Shakespeare.
So, okay, so on the last page, he walks out and he's got his gear on, except for his helmet. And he's saying, and so it's going to be a close up of him. And then I'm going to do a half page, but it's going to kind of go down. So you'll go like this. I don't know if that makes sense. And you can't see it on my camera, but basically.
Dan says it is going to get bloody.
There's going to be a big shot. There is a big shot. It's already gotten bloody. There's a big shot of him with his helmet on, and then she's saying, she's standing there, and she's kind of puts her hand on his shoulder, and he says, "I'd feel better with you watching my back from the sky." And then in that same panel, she just say, "This is stupid and reckless," and then and then he turns around, he kind of holds her hand, and in the last panel they hug. So I combined 3 and 4 in this one, and I did a big panel of him in costume because I think that'd be cool to show a big panel of him in costume, considering we've gone issues and not shown him in costume, Dan.
PG-13 you guys are
Anyway.
going to achieve. Yeah, well, that all sound like, I mean, you are putting a lot of thought into this stuff. That's great. I mean, that's a little show. I mean,
Yeah. No. I want
Dan
to
has
make
done
it.
his stuff, and now it filters through you, and you're the artist. And
Yeah. Yes, Dan. Are you reading Dan's words, or are you saying that?
no,
I know.
I'm
I
saying.
know.
Dan says, "Did I
Yeah.
write that?"
Well, I mean, yeah.
Man, I am such a woman sometimes. Um,
Well, you're writing a woman.
what was it? Yeah, exactly. That's tough to do.
If you were a woman, you'd be an Asian woman. Yeah.
I sure am glad the guy on it's almost a great place to be now because of Woodhouse quotes on X anymore. There's something funny every day now that you turn on X, wasn't always the case. And all these funny little
Oh, Woodhouse
Woodhouse.
is. Are they doing Woodhouse quotes?
Yeah. If you
Oh
follow
God,
some
I love
guy,
Woodhouse.
yeah, he just turns a phrase so funny.
We watched the.
What a skill.
We've watched that Blandings Castle or Blandings series
Landing or
multiple times
whatever.
in
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
house. Blanding.
Yeah.
Guy with his pig.
With his pig. Yeah.
I kind of muck the stalls,
Yeah.
and his wife telling him, "You don't muck the stalls." Though, it would piss me off to be British.
At this time, yep, sure.
Be like, Prince Andrew did what?
Princess, what was that pig's name? Oh well. Yeah, I mean, you'd think I'd know
Oh
it. I've
gosh,
probably
I
only heard it
forget.
mentioned a million times.
I don't think I've ever listened to any of the Blandings books.
Oh, really? Because the guys that do them are always
Yeah.
good. There's 2 or 3 of them. Sissel something or other. He need a good cry, a bubble bath, box of chocolates, and a cabana boy. And are you watching
What?
Svengoolie Saturday? I don't know what they're. Son of Frankenstein is on. Great one.
Oh, I want to watch that.
Fergie. Andrew and Fergie.
I'd have to convince my wife that I need to watch Svengoolie. That's the problem of being married.
I saw a really cool YouTube on a person that was sharing an engineer's notions about how the Great Pyramids were built. There's all these theories about this and that, and of course, there's dumb ones and there's smart ones. But this newest theory is like, for all this exactness that everybody goes mad for, is this guy engineer's theories they just overbuilt. What they did was they basically built as tall as they wanted to build, very precisely, but not really worrying about it too much until they got to the top. And then you just continue to build out, and then you subtract. And that subtraction, you're able to work down comfortably. Gravity, you get this big extra mass. And there was some calculations on all the extra, doing the math on all the extra stuff that was built out in the neighborhood around it that obviously came from the same overflow of materials from the Great Pyramid. And it would have worked out perfectly for the structure that this guy built, you know. And that strikes me as probably the way to do it, you know, is to like say, let's get it up there as high as we need it, and then start working our way to the ground.
So hang on, hang on. Is the idea they built a tower and then built it down from there?
No, no. I mean, it may sound crazy to an extent, but they built like a big square, or you know,
And then
versus
remove material?
yeah, well, not truly a big square, but like when you're going up per section, you're basically building one of the old you know, Mexican looking pyramids where they go up very blocky, you know.
A
But
ziggurat.
yeah, yeah. And but this, of course, would have been on a massive scale. And then subtract with precision from the top. And all of a sudden, you've got this thing that people marvel at because it is so precise and so lined up and all that. But they're just you know,
How is
shimmering
that?
and
Yeah, but how is
yeah.
that easier?
Oh well,
You got to build the whole thing.
gravity's never fighting you all the way to the top. You know. Well, I'll
What?
send you the video. You can watch it. I'm not going to be
You
able to
send me the
explain it,
video.
obviously.
Let the engineer convince
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. Oh, did I
I
do
live
my
with one. I
cover?
know what they're
Did
up
I
to.
do my cover? Did you show yes, he did show me his cover. And not only that, but I turned AI loose on it too. So yeah, he showed it to me.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Ellis
No,
tried to
it
make
was
it.
fun
I
though.
want an oil
But
painting.
yeah,
Ellis
it
is like
was.
a kid in an art museum painting
Yeah, I
mustaches
can't
on
resist.
everything.
You know, I don't have my own painting done or my own drawing done, so it's like, hey, Scott gave me a cover.
Hey,
That's
Scott
what I
sent me.
want to.
Got
That's what I
stuff.
want to do too. I want to do a cover. We use Scott's
Well, you should do
first.
a cover. You can do a cover, but you got to do a cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got all the reference materials. I've got a great little hot rod and exactly the perspective I want. Uh, you know, and it's a good looking hot rod. So I've
For
got
your
that for the
for
cover
your
I
black
want to
cricket
do.
cover.
Oh
Oh,
no,
for the
no,
black cricket.
he's not
Oh,
asking me about my. He's asking me, did you show me your cover? And I said yes. Ellis, what
yeah.
did you do? I haven't done anything yet. When would you
No,
need
but
this?
we've talked about getting you to do a pinup.
Oh yeah, sure, I could do that. When do you need it? When do you want it? What's the timeline on that?
There's
Do you just
we're
want
doing
it?
every issue. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
I don't know if it needs to be in color or black and white.
Once I get my issue of reference material, I'll be able to do one. Yeah, sounds good. My reference material, of course, is the comic book.
Oh, yeah. There you go. No, I want to see your interpretation. I always tell the story
Oh,
about
okay, I
you
can do that.
no. I always tell the story about you doing Free Comic Book Day and being like, let's see, yeah, the Flash. Yeah, this is kind of what he looks like, or
Mhm.
whoever.
Yeah, give him a pith helmet flash or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, this is. Let's see, is Cheetah. She must have a tail, and
Oh, you mean I can't use? He's going to have, you know, your colorist color it for me. Okay. He wants black and
oh,
white. Okay.
okay. Oh yeah, we do have a colorist. I couldn't remember if the inside got colored or not. The covers do. Yeah, the cover was fun. I don't want to ink all the time. I mean, I inked enough to be like, man, Jeff is really good.
Well, I think what you guys did as combining on the look of what you did for that screen tone and all that, and then his inking, and
Oh yeah, the
it
screen
just
tone's
became out
great.
very nicely hybridized.
Yeah, I would love to be able to do like a graphic novel, especially like a small manga size one of the first, I don't know how many issues with in the grayscale like that with the screen tone.
Hmm.
It just looks so cool. I did a lot of screen tone on my cover. But I mean, I've all even in school when we were cutting screen tones out. I like doing screen tones. My portfolio had a bunch of screen tone in it. Of course,
That's not
that
the
was
cheetah. She looks more like a cougar. That's not
that's
the.
not. He's making a joke.
Okay. Let's see. We want to talk about this Dark Horse development. We're the 73-year-old.
Oh
See,
no no no
until
no no. We haven't talked about my purchase today.
okay, yeah. We haven't even brought up the shadow, and that's what the title of this is. Yeah, let's
No,
talk about it.
yeah. So so I've been, and I'm gonna do a YouTube video about the shadow. I've decided. Um, I I'm a big fan of the shadow. I have been since I was a little kid. I stumbled across. My dad would talk about the shadow, and he would. My dad was always one to kind of come up with a kind of a goofy pun or whatever, and he would say, "Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow." So even when I was a little kid, I remember Dad talking about that. Not that he was like a huge fan or anything, but he'd talk about the shadow.
Hmm.
So when I got a little bit older, there was a drugstore by my house that sold comic books and all kinds of stuff. And one day I go in there and they had a box and it was these cassettes and it was, oh, I don't know, maybe like a dozen episodes of the radio show. So I listened to it. I bought it, listened to it. I was like, oh, it's great. And then I went in there one time and they had two of the paperbacks that they had reprinted. It was the Gray Fist and Shadow.
Hmm.
And I read them and I was like, this is great. So I became a fan, but there was nothing out for the Shadow. They only released a couple of the books. I never saw them until later. And then at one point, a few years ago, well, so fast forward to the 90s, and I'd always talked about the Shadow to this friend of mine who ran a comic shop, and I went there and he goes, I've got someone turned in. I have like, you know, I don't know how many he had, but he had a bunch of Shadow books, and I bought them. And I'd seen like at one point I went to a comic show and I always saw the pulps at shows, but they were out of my price range. Anyway, so so I so a couple of years ago, back in the 2000s, um, Sanctum Books reprinted them, and I was kind of off the Shadow at that point, and I didn't get them because they were hard to find. They weren't very well. This is pre Amazon, and I was not. I didn't. Whatever was going on in my life at that time, I was not. I was money was tighter than other times, and I knew there was like 300 Shadow books, and I was like, I don't want to buy them all. I bought a few here and there, and then a few years ago, I was like, I want them all, and I bought a bunch of them. And today, I bought the last two that I needed, so I've got a complete run of all the Shadow pulps. Now it's the reprints, but there's 157 of them, and
That's amazing.
anyway, I've got them. They're like in long boxes here on the floor in my studio. Actually, they're short boxes. Actually, no, they're in HelloFresh boxes. But the yeah, well, just and in the meantime, I've collected a bunch of other Shadow stuff that's kind of cool, and I've read about half a dozen of them. And lately, after the new year, I kind of went on a reading kick, and so I'm like getting ready to dig back into them and start reading some more.
Cool.
Especially now that I know I have them all, you know.
Well, the shadow just excites the imagination. You know, all you have to do is hear a couple of lines about what he is, what he represents, and all that, and you go, yeah, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. And you realize, well, he's managed to what do you what do you call that when you manage to cross all cultures with some sort of a, oh, there's a word I'm searching for. But anyway,
Well, in his prime, he was there was some movie, and, and he started off as a radio show, and then the radio show got popular, and
mhm.
people would go to the store and the newsstand and ask for that Shadow magazine, and there wasn't a Shadow magazine. He was actually initially he was kind of a narrator for like a horror
You mean
type
it,
show.
huh? So that's all it was at
Yeah,
first. It
yeah. At first he
that
was a framing device. Yeah,
huh? Wow.
and so but people were asking for it, and so William Gibson, uh,
Who wrote most of
he
them?
uh,
Huh?
he wrote most of them, and he created the character, and the pulp went on from like the mid 30s to like the mid 50s. I mean, there's a lot of them out there. And so in the 2000s, early 2000s, this guy Anthony Tollin got the license to reprint them, and he didn't print them in order. He didn't go from the beginning. And I asked him one time why he didn't. He said, "Well, because he had a contract initially for only a couple years, and he's like, I wanted to make sure I hit all the big." He said, "I know how they go, so I wanted to make sure I hit the big ones, the big stories." And uh, the and so the later ones, and I was missing 142 and 148, so I wasn't sweating it, but I got the opportunity. They were I found them on eBay, and both people offered me a discount. They were still probably about four times cover price, but I was like, you know what? Even though these probably aren't the best two in the run, my collection is worth a lot more if it's 100% complete.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
yeah. When you hit
so
that mark, that is really cool that you've got all of them.
yeah, because it's like I don't know. I mean, because there's not a lot of
Like,
people that have done it, and I can, and if I, in the right circumstances, I could probably sell it for probably double what I got into it, which I don't plan on it, but
there's a low budget TV pilot in 48, 1948 TV, huh? That did
yeah,
the
yeah,
shadow. Well, there's the Victor Jory shadow, which is actually Razor Fist, who's the world's biggest shadow fan. Uh, and that's his favorite shadow is that Victor Jory. I thought it was a
the
serial though, but
movie.
it may have been the TV show that we're talking
There was
about.
I think there was a serial, and there was, I don't know, a couple movies. I mean,
I mean,
none of the movies are any good. The pulps are the best. The
yeah, the
radio shows
Victor.
are good, but they're kind of dumbed down.
Hmm. Well, Victor Jory made a pretty good shadow, and they played it pretty straight with what he could do, you know. And
And I've got a bunch of supplemental kind of material. There's a magazine, or there's a book that was published in the early 80s that I saw as a kid and I wanted so bad, but it was just out of my price range, called the Shadow Scrapbook. And
oh
it's
yeah,
it's got all kinds of
well, didn't we find some sort
stories.
of PDF of that or something?
I don't know about that. I went to New Orleans, and I was in a bookstore, and I looked down, and there's one sitting there, and I look at it and I go, "Oh my gosh!" And it was bad shape, but I bought it for $10, and then I went to a comic. I went to OFCON, and Dave found one there that was in a lot better shape, and I bought that. So now I have a reader. I call
Okay.
the one from New Orleans my reader copy. But Anthony Tollin, who wrote part of it, he signed that one at OFCON.
Yeah, Alex Baldwin's Shadow is a good looking movie. I mean, I love the Russell McKay thing with all that. There's a couple of points that's like, this
Oh,
get
it's yeah, it's a little goofy in spots.
Yeah, it gets goofy. It's got Jonathan Winters being goofy Jonathan Winters to an extent, but he's obviously of a generation that he would be happy and be playing it very straight. He would have a great deal of reverence or whatever for the Shadow, I'm sure.
You would think so, but it didn't come
Mm.
across in his performance.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, people. I think sometimes Winters got cast by people that are just huge fans of his comedy and think, oh, I got to get me some of that Jonathan Winters insanity, and then they get him in their movie, and it's like, okay, he's giving me about 50% of what I thought he was going to give me. You know, it's just the way it works.
I thought you were gonna say I didn't plan on this amount of wackiness.
Yeah. Sadly, the Shadow was making a modern Marvel movie before there were Marvel movies.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Well, I'm going to go back to the top where Dan was talking about the Dark Horse stuff. See,
oh
hit back to
yeah,
the top. It took
we
me
can
a
talk about
while. Dark Horse founder being fired to hurt the company, bought the company mainly for IP, yeah, for video games and the like. Dark Horse and Image are neck and neck for being a big third publisher. If it goes down in the Paramount, who falls next, DC or Marvel? Factoring in Disney has a new head guy. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know much about the Disney head guy, and I should, because I have Disney stock.
Mhm.
Disclaimer: I have Disney stock, a fair amount of it,
Well,
but I don't know much about the guy.
someone in our little group that I sent out an email that to prompt
Oh yeah,
a little information about it, and like I believe was it Barry or
very.
that talked about him being
Yep.
70, 73. It's like, yeah, he got his run out of the whole thing. So, don't feel sorry for him just because things may go not like his vision and he started it and all that. Well, it's like anything. He's had enough years with it, 40 years. He's obviously felt the need to
Oh yeah.
to,
Oh,
turn it
Dark
into
Horse
money.
for how they started and all that jazz, which is basically, as I understand it, a house organ for their comic shop.
Hmm.
They've well exceeded their,
Oh yeah.
um, you know.
Well, yeah, and they started for, those noble reasons of letting the artist own their stuff. I
Oh yeah. See, I don't know anything about their. I just know that they were founded by as kind of a house organ out of was it Forbidden Planet, but I don't know. I don't know, if they were. I know that they had the mask. That was kind of one of their early things.
I just got done with Doom. If Doomsday bombs, the end of Marvel movies. I just got done watching WandaVision. That was
Oh,
all
you
right.
did?
Yeah, I got it
Yeah.
from the library.
I thought Fantastic Four was pretty good. I tried to watch. I tried to watch Age of Ultron the other day because I was
Oh,
listening
that's the
to.
worst one up until recently. I guess they've
Yeah,
made a.
well, Dave and I were talking. We were on the podcast, and he was talking about this Ultron story, and it made me. And I'd been listening to the soundtrack. The soundtrack's pretty good,
Mhm.
and I thought I ought to watch that movie again. And I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, this is when I realized, like, oh, these Marvel movies are all just it's just flashy special effects."
Mhm. Well, yeah, the Ultron just lacked a little of what made him special, as far as characterization or something. It just went south. They overreached, did something wrong.
I think if you objectively looked at the MCU, and really looked at it and rewatched it, there's probably more. I mean, I don't think their track record's as good as everyone seems to think it is.
Hmm.
There's a lot of stuff in there. It's like, ugh. No,
Yeah.
there's some good stuff. Civil War is phenomenal.
Winter
Winter
Soldier.
Soldier's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. Anytime you do a deep dive on character, you're ahead of the game to do it that way. I
Yeah.
heard they were killing off two big characters in the first few minutes of Doomsday. Have you heard
Oh, is
about
that
the
the?
Doomsday,
Oh, is that the? No, I have
the
not.
new one, I guess?
Yeah, that's the new Avengers. That's brings the Fantastic Four into the Avengers universe. Despite the fact them having a perfect universe where they were at, there was many
Hmm.
more stories to be told in that Marvel universe or in the Fantastic Four universe. I wanted to see him fight the Red Ghost. you know?
Yeah, they should have kept those separate and let them go all James Gunn on their little part of the
Yeah, why does it have to
entertainment
be
world.
one? It doesn't have to be one.
Yeah.
It's just like the X Men. They don't need to bring the X Men into the MCU.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know, there's no reason. Oh, my dog's in here. Hey, Bella, come here.
Pup.
Come here. Come here. Come here. I got to lure her over to here to me. Hey, no, no, no. Come here. Come here. Come here. Let's see if I can get her on camera. The elusive dog. Oh, she's being docile right now. Oh.
That and Marvel decided, oh, look at that. They were going to replace every character in the movie and the comics.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that's Marvel's nonsense.
Well, I mean, the potential, something was mentioned about how, like, Den might all of a sudden become a video game. It's
Oh,
like, well, what in the world? Yeah, well, after the Lochnar, obviously that's built in as a goal for the game. This,
yeah.
deal with all this Lochnar nonsense. And of course, all that great character design in Den. You'd have be a game there.
Yeah, well, first thing you have to do is put him in some clothes.
Yeah, put him in some whitey tidies and turn him loose.
It's Den. It is Fruit of the Looms.
Hmm.
Well, I got Bella on camera.
Look
Whole
at that.
MCU. Well, my camera is really bad today. I don't know why. Anyway,
Maybe mine is so good. No, I'm just kidding.
maybe
Mine,
so.
mine is always bad. It's low res. I just felt
Bella.
like dabbing and being expressive and not doing much of anything today. I guess we hit 8 o'clock here, Scott.
Yeah, we need to go. I about got the page done, so I'll get the
And
page
there, and
done.
there was zero effort to tie them into the movies.
Wait, what's he talking about?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
What's that?
the
The
MCU stuff.
MCU.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Hey, when I watched some of the extras on, of
yeah,
course I can ask this right after this, but the girl that is the Wanda, she
yeah.
is an Olsen twin, right?
No,
She's not. She's not an Olsen
she's
twin.
not.
Okay.
Her last name's Olsen, but I don't know if she's. I don't know if she's related, and she's not one of the twins. The twins are not in. The twins are like reclusive fashion designers or something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Also, at this point, they're much older than her.
Okay. Well, I
But
see.
she
I'm
may
I'm,
be
I'm such a
related to
dummy. I,
them.
I was sure she was one of the Olsen twins, and she was in Wind River. I think I'm right about that. I think she is in Wind
You
River.
might be. You might be.
Mhm. But I thought she was an Olsen twin. That's interesting. Okay. It's funny what you can operate on as reality and get away with it if you never bring it up with anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, she is their younger sister. Okay, so she wasn't in the show.
She's related, but she wasn't a twin. Yeah.
She's the sibling that her mom had to force the twins to put her in their movies. I didn't know they made movies. I've
I
only
didn't. I
heard
didn't
about their
either.
TV show
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but
because she brought up being raised around it. And I said, "What do you mean raised around it? You were in the thick of it." She's talking about sitcoms.
yeah.
She was the one. that was thought of as less talented back in the day. Yeah.
Well, she still may be.
Well, hey Dan,
What'd you
we're
think?
about to. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
what'd you think of WandaVision?
I kind of liked it, but it it devolved into the
It
usual
was,
thing of
yeah,
a
it
big
was about
fight.
it was about 2 episodes too long, in my opinion. But
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah. It did.
it,
Yeah,
yeah,
they ran out of
okay,
intriguing stuff.
yep,
Wait a second. It
okay.
says I worked in a video store when the Olsons made movies. Hmm.
So he's responsible.
Yeah, he's responsible. Okay. Well,
The
everybody,
Olsen twins
Dan.
in Who Stole My Cat?
Yeah, yeah,
I think they were in Spy Kids.
yeah.
Okay, Ellis,
Okay,
are we
we'll end it.
done?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
done. See you, Dan.
See you, Dan.
Okay.